Vault Hunter, and thank you for answering Hyperion's summons. Unfortunately, the Helios space station is currently under attack by insane Dawn military forces. Please take this echo device.
What's up, guys? I'm back with another Borderlands video, but this is a different one, and today I want to talk about Borderlands versus Wonderland. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the positive points of Borderlands, the pre-sequel. So the first one I have here is gameplay. I love the gameplay of the game so much. Just a different aspect of being on the moon and going to the Helios station is super cool. The guns are just like Borderlands 2, but a little bit more polished, I guess is the word. I enjoy it very much. And my next point is the characters. All the Vault Hunters, Athena, Claptrap, Wilhelm, Isha, they are very unique and interesting Vault Hunters, which you never think Claptrap would be part of that gang, but unfortunately he is. But also, like, not even the main characters, like Handsome Jack is interesting. The other NPCs like Nurse Nina and Pickles, they're all interesting characters with different backstories, which I enjoy quite a bit. And the skills of each character are very good, in my opinion, at least. And it seems like this one they kind of went very like heavy into the hey, let me help my teammate out kind of skills. But there's also good skills that boost your damage and, you know, your movement speed, and it kind of just makes the characters all better. And I do enjoy how they brought cryo weapons into this game. It's certainly a different beast. I did enjoy it. It's actually my second favorite element of all the Borderlands games, because cryo, it just has a certain hit and an awesome, like, I don't know, it just has a certain way of feeling good when you do damage with cryo. And also laser guns, that was a very big surprise, which I'm not a super big fan of. There is one in particular that I do enjoy quite a bit, and it's from like a side mission you get from Pickles. You should do all Pickle side missions and definitely get that laser gun if you have the chance, because the more you shoot or constantly hit the enemy with that laser gun, you do a lot more damage. But yeah, cryo lasers, I give a thumbs up. If the laser guns were a little more like the ones from Pickles side mission, I would definitely use them more. And also, like, the story of how Handsome Jack rose to who he was in Borderlands 2. I did enjoy that quite a bit. You do get to see a very good quality in Jack, a certain kindness to him, and then kind of all of that just went downhill. If you ever played the pre-sequel, you know what I'm talking about, but I definitely recommend just kind of listen to the story, see how things unfold, and just kind of enjoy it. But yeah, I really do enjoy Jack's story. Not even just from the perspective of how he became a hero, it's also how, like, he helped open that vault on the moon, how he, you know, helped you kill a very certain boss, and also him just, you know, having fun, you know, his normal interaction with in like Borderlands 2. You definitely see that here as well, but not as super assholey, I guess if that's the word, or not as cocky. But he is a super interesting character just to kind of see corrupt and go downhill. Now, those are all my positive points of this. I'm sure there's more I left out, but I want to go ahead and get into the next point, which is the negative points of pre-sequel, which I don't really have much of. I think I just have 2 or 3. And the first one is zero gravity. The zero gravity is a wonky mechanic, but you do get used to it very fast. I just don't like how easily you can over jump a jump and fall into the pits, especially on the Helios station. You experience that a lot, so you do die quite a bit if you're not careful. And my other point is the butt slam. So when you get your O2 kit, you can start doing butt slams which I am not a fan of. I rarely use them. I like maybe do once or twice. Same thing with like Borderlands 3 with the slam downs. So it's not, you know, it's not my favorite. So let's go ahead and start moving on to the other game, which is Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Now, Tiny Tina's Wonderland, I do have a lot of like love for when it first came out, but now when I like realize what the game is and everything, and like how the gameplay is still fun, but it's not my cup of tea. So let's just go ahead and start with positive points here. Character design, I do like how much you can customize your character, just kind of like a normal D&D campaign. You can also like give them different voices, which is pretty cool. Yeah, that's kind of the only part I enjoy of that. Skills, there's a lot of interesting skills. I'm not saying they're all bad. Some of them are kind of underwhelming, but a lot of the skills here, I am playing that new Mushroom-mancer, I think it's called. It was pretty fun. So the skills are okay. The D&D, like as I said before, the D&D aspect of it I enjoy a lot. Just kind of like the imagination factor going crazy on this game. The kind of just also like the voice actors it got for this game is really ridiculous, like Andy Samberg and others. And my last point for this is just more story for Tiny Tina. We get to kind of understand her more. We get to see how she's growing up in the world of Borderlands, and I do enjoy that part much. But besides that, those are kind of the only ones. Oh well, also the kind of the designs of the enemies I do enjoy, like the different enemies. So but yeah, that's kind of it for the positive. So let's go ahead right into the negative points. The game, and it's crazy to say, it's very different from your typical Borderlands game, which it's not a bad thing, but for me it is a negative point. And I kind of do understand they had to make the game into something else because it's more of a D&D game, but I'm not a huge fan of it. I was kind of hoping more for that. Kind of like the guns, like this doll gun I'm using, you pretty much just put a crossbow on a doll weapon, you call it. That's not very creative in my mind. They should have done a lot more with the guns. The story is also interesting. I'm not trying to put this like on the downside or anything like that, but the story is different and it's not giving us much of a push into more Borderlands games, like more lore. It just pretty much explained Tiny Tina's background, which I still enjoy, but it's going to be on the negative side. And this game is not my favorite game out of the Borderlands series, and I know I might get a lot of heat for that, but it's just not my favorite. It's probably somewhere, it's below the Telltale games. I'll just say that. I just don't find, as I said in the beginning, I did find a lot of enjoyment because it was a new, different game. And then when I realized, hey, this game has not a lot of replayability, which that's what I'm looking for in my Borderlands games, a lot of replayability. And I don't know, I just don't see myself really picking up this game again unless my friends want to play it. So, but that's all I have for you guys. Hopefully you guys agree with me, and if you don't agree with me, that's totally fine. I understand. But just let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree that the pre-sequel is definitely better than Wonderland. But if that's everything, guys, I will see you soon.